advertise or be a guest on our show, contact us at loveandblack1@gmail.com. Also, catch us on YouTube, radio, and Apple Music.
Hey, and welcome to another episode of Love and Black with Tori and Terry. What's going on, Gospel Radio Nation? Hey, guys, if you're listening on Gospel Radio Nation and you want to join in and view us, go to YouTube and go to Love and Black with Tori and Terry, and you'll be able to not only listen, but to watch us as well. How you guys doing?
Real good. How you doing this evening?
Good. We got a full house tonight. We got a full house tonight. Not just a full house, but we also have a guest I'm about to bring in a second, too. What's going on, Monique?
Hey, everybody. How you guys are doing?
We're good. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Also in studio, we have a late entry, but an entry nonetheless. A special entry. We have Holly Towson. She's with 1186 Real Artesian Water. And let me back up. Monique is also, she's a host of her own television show called Our Life TV. And so I didn't want to be remiss and not say her title as well, but that's Monique White. And also, like I just mentioned, we have Holly Towson with 1186 Real Artesian Water. And give it up, yes. Yep, it's ladies' night, and I'm gonna step out. I'm gonna let them take the show. Sabrina, you want to take my seat over here? So anyway, we want to thank all you guys for joining us again tonight. And if you're in your car or on your way home, whatever, you can still join the discussion. And tonight we're going to be talking about, is she using me? What happens when you get in a relationship and you find out that you're being manipulated, you're being taken for granted and not being appreciated? What's up with that? So, Lord have mercy is right. So anyway, just a little housekeeping things here. We want to thank all of our YouTube viewers, those that listen after we do the show on Spotify, Apple, and iHeartRadio. We want to thank you guys for subscribing to us and coming back here every week. And my wife's a little tied up right now, but I'm going to step on her lines right quick. We are certified, nationally board certified marriage counselors, and this show is all about discussing relationships and love and everything in between, how to make your marriage work, how to make your relationship work. And like we always have special guests that pop up to give their point of view. But tonight's guest, I'm going to start with Holly since she's here. Holly is with an organization, I'm going to let her explain, but it's really unique because, first of all, I just knew black people drank water. I didn't know we I didn't know we actually can mine for the water. Is it called mining or what is it called? Irrigating, whatever it is. But drawing water from beneath the rocks and everything. And I love me some artesian water, and it's so funny because as soon as we saw the logo the other day, I knew, I was like, man, I've had this water before because I remember the logo, and the logo has such a special meaning behind it. I'm going to put it close to the camera so people can see it. Where's the camera? Right there. But anyway, it's 1186 Real Artesian Water, and there's a special, I'm going to let her explain. So there's a special meaning behind the logo. So can you tell us who you are and what you do? And just give us a Reader's Digest version.
I'm Holly. I am the district sales manager for 1186 here in Houston, Texas. I manage all the premise accounts here in Houston and anything else 1186 needs to do. Okay. I born and raised in Houston.
Hold on. What school did you go to?
Climb for it.
Oh, Lord.
Yes,
Northside. Monique, what high school did you go to? Monique, what school did you go to?
I'm from Louisiana.
Oh, you're from Louisiana. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, you and Terry can talk about that.
Yeah.
The graduates of Climb for it, went to Prairie View, then left.
You know.
Already. And left here and lived in Atlanta for 15 years. Did several things from assistant manager to Kroger, from CNN to Linux Mall customer service, and ended up working at Fulton County Sheriff Department for 15 years.
What y'all doing now? Pistol packing? How is it?
Nothing like that.
Oh, okay.
And left there after my father passed, was back home, and been here 8 years now.
Okay. So tell us about the water, the origin of the company, and what this logo means.
Absolutely. 1186 comes from Tullaville, Alabama. Our artesian water is kind of almost like well water, almost in a sense, because it comes from up the ground. Mm-hmm. I call it Wakanda water.
Yeah.
I call it Wakanda water. The reason because it's a spring can dry up, lakes can dry up, but artesian water is an ever flowing force that, when God said it's time to go, then that's when it's
going. And this is the best water on the planet because it's so deep.
Because of the minerals that's in the layers of going to get to artesian water, you're already getting natural minerals, so you don't have to put anything in it.
Yeah. That's like and let me interrupt for a second. Those who wondering, what the heck are we listening to? Why are they talking about water on this relationship show? Is because one, you guys know we're faith-based and all. And that's what she's getting ready to get into in a second here. But I just wanted those of you that are just joining in, I just want you to, I saw numbers kind of going, I was like, wait a minute. But I definitely wanted to, say that, we are all faith-based. And that's why we're talking about this water right quick.
Absolutely. So, give you a quick story about the water. Mr. Marquise Forge, who's our CEO of 1186, an elder from the community told him that he needed to save the town. He's like, what do you want me to do? He's like, they have this source. You need to go talk to this gentleman to help you save the town. Mm-hmm. And so being obedient, he did that and came with 1186. Okay. And just a brief thing about 1186. We are a faith-based company. As soon as you walk in the door, there's scripture. As soon as you step on the ground, there's scripture.
Amen.
And so just to give you a little bit about the water, when you look at the bottle, the significance of the ripples, that's ever flowing water. Okay. What does man need to live?
Water.
That's right. That's why you have the tree, the tree of life. Tree of life. Stating that you need that water to grow, to build, and to keep building seeds to grow. Yeah. Then you look around, you see the purple that's around the tree and going around 1186. But purple means royalty in the Bible. Yes, it does. So what does that mean? That we're giving you a premium product. We're letting you know that this water is made for kings and queens. That's right. So when you're getting when we say ultra premium, we mean that in a sense. And then we really do. And then even 1186 was kind of Mr. Marquise was asking Siri, how many chapters in the Bible? They were trying to figure out some type of wording to use. And so it says 11,086, but it really was supposed to be, I think, 11,089. Don't quote me, I'm saying it wrong. But they were like, no, let's keep 1186, because, if you got it, it was must have meant to be. And so that's what 1186 comes from.
Amen. Look, our good friend, Dr. Iris, she said, yes. 1186 is my favorite water, LOL. I call it my bougie water because it's kind of pricey, but it is worth every penny. All other waters pales in comparison. Hey, Benita, what's going on? Benita Ledette with a unique heart. Actually, I am so sorry. Dr. Benita Ledette.
Yeah,
We were at her graduation this
right.
weekend. Good job. Good job. So that is awesome. So guys, now you see why we have her here
And
right
why we're
now,
so excited.
and why we're so excited about this, because this is what we live for. You know, that everlasting. You know, Jesus said, "Hey, once you get some of this water, you ain't never gonna be thirsty again." Right? So is that the same with this?
Hey, we keep you hydrated.
You hydrated.
Yes,
All right.
sir.
She ain't going on a limb with that one.
We keep you
She ain't going
hydrated.
on a limb with that one. So anyway, and then also now we have our other illustrious guest here, Monique White. And again, I said at the beginning, it's ladies like my wife said that. I'm just hosting. But anyway, Monique White, she is the host of Our Life television show, and her station is out of Alabama, you know, where you guys are located, which is awesome.
Okay.
So, Monique, can you give us a quick Reader's Digest version of you, and then we're going to get into the show.
Okay, so the quick version is I've been in media for 11 years. I was a co-owner on my first ever show, and then now with Our Life, I own the show.
You own it, all right.
On Access Cable for 11 years in Houston, and then for going on 2 years now, I'm on all streaming platforms through the On Point Network, which is in Alabama, Linden, Alabama. And then I also have just recently opened up the Our Life Media Clinic. And then the brand has its own wine coming out later this year.
Girl got her own wine. I'm sorry, I ain't mean to interrupt, but she got her own wine. And what was the first miracle in the Bible? Not in the Bible, but what was Jesus' first miracle? Turning water into wine. I'm sorry, Monique, go ahead.
That's pretty much what I do. The Our Life Media Clinic I formed this year because I want to teach people, especially our people, how to be on TV correctly, how to do it in a cost-efficient way where you won't be spending all your money on unnecessary things that you probably don't need or could do it cheaper, and how to get out there in the proper way and really get educated from the front to the back. Because I feel in this field, you have to know not only the front of that camera, but you need to know behind the scenes. You need to know you and what they're doing, because that goes along with your product, and that's a very big part. So, and over my 11 years, I was fortunate to have people around me that taught me the in front of the camera and the behind the camera. So I just want to share that and give back to that.
That's awesome, and we appreciate, especially those of us in media, that know it's not easy. You know, and you're learning stuff on the fly, and I mean, you know, a lot of people don't have time to go to Hollywood and learn how to do it. So we appreciate you and your efforts here. Hey guys, Lo said, "Hey fam, this is the best tasting water on the planet." What's up, Lo? How you doing? Hey, we don't want to be remiss. I'm gonna put my wife to work right quick. Baby, let's start our prayer. Let's do our prayer right quick so we can get into the show.
Father God, thank you. It's Tuesday. We are here. We are in the house of the Lord, and we are just giving you thanks for God and glory. You made it safe. It's storming out. So we just give you thanks. But the devil is a liar. And if there's two or more come together in your name, there you are in the midst. So let us go in this evening together declaring a decree that you are Lord. We thank you. We praise you. And we invite you to have your way. In your precious, almighty, powerful, loving name. Amen.
Amen, amen, amen. So, guys, don't forget, this weekend coming up, I said, guys, since the ladies not here, so everybody can hear, Father's Day is coming up this weekend, and also this weekend, Juneteenth. For those of you that don't know, those of you that don't care to celebrate or whatever, we got our own holiday that we claim. That we're going to make a national holiday one day. But anyway, and then we also have one of our we have an intern here, and her, can I say it?
Yeah.
Her birthday is on Juneteenth. So definitely want to make sure we celebrate that. So whatever, if you guys got any plans this Juneteenth, hey, put it up on the screen. Let us know. We might pop in if we have, your address or whatever. We down for some good barbecue or some catfish or whatever. So let us know. And you guys have something going on for Juneteenth, right?
Yes, we are in several locations in Houston for Juneteenth. The biggest one is we're the title sponsor for Bar Crawl.
Okay.
Bar Crawl is a organization that has basically a 30 and up young professionals. They go to support different Black restaurants and bars in the Third Ward area.
Okay.
And two of them are my clients, which is Prospect Park and Bar 15.
Prospect Park, right down the street.
Absolutely. So we'll be going to Bar 15 Friday, and then Saturday we're going to Prospect Park, we're going to camp, and we're going to Atomic Bottle. And then that same day, we're also the title sponsor for Bar 15 monthly bike ride. They usually have it at the end of every Saturday, but they're doing it for Juneteenth. So we're sponsoring both of those things. And some other side people from the Morehouse Scholarship Luncheon that's going over at Willard. Dr. Crosby is the keynote speaker. We're donating water to them. It's a lot.
Any Morehouse men in the house, hit us up. Let us know. Cool. So we are going to take a short break. We're going to go to commercial. But when we come back, we're going to be talking about, is she using me? Have you ever been manipulated in a relationship? And I'm gonna switch it around since it's ladies' night. Not only is she using me, has anyone ever felt like they've been used in a relationship? So we're gonna go there right after commercial. We'll be right back.
And now back to Love in Black with Tori and Terry.
Hey, we're back. And I know Alex, I will put my wife to work. You ready to work, babe?
Yeah.
Talk about that poll.
I can give you one right now, and then we're going to go over to the other. Facebook said,
what's the poll name? Yeah.
The poll is, I got it. Okay. The poll is, do women use relationships for gain? That is on Facebook. The answer, I'm going to get a drum roll at some point. I really, really have to get that. Yes, 53%. No, 47%.
Wow.
So, this is
and that's for the Facebook poll?
That's, do women use relationships for gain? So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you, but then I'm going to come back with what I choose. Okay, yeah, you know what? I know we've been monitoring that particular poll all day long, and there was a lot of people commenting or actually saying whatever. They're still doing it? Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So, guys, remember, if you guys want to be a guest on the show, need counseling, have a letter read, or have a discussion topic that you want us to talk about, send us an email to loveandblack1@gmail.com, and we will do our best to satisfy whatever those needs are. So we're talking about, is she using me today? So recently some fellas were discussing how one of their friends were getting played by his girl, and when they tried to hit him to the set, he was like, man, y'all tripping, you know. He didn't want to hear it. And we've been talking about this a lot in the last few weeks, red flags, right? Talking about those people that are, the flags are like waving, and we got red shirts on, so, the red flags are all over the place, and people act like they don't see them, and when they're in relationships and all. And, I don't know, if your boys are trying to tell you, if it's more than one,
especially, if it's your boys you grew up with for a while, dude, y'all need to listen. Because, they may be trying to save you from something, or they may be, even softly telling it to you. They don't want to tell you everything they know, but they might be trying to softly tell it to you. But anyway, guys, you got to pay attention to the red flag. So tonight we discussed this topic, is she using me? And has anyone in the room ever been manipulated by a partner? Huh? Uh-oh, got one, huh? Know what that means? That's code for yeah.
So,
What you got?
so are you saying manipulate in any kind of way? Is that what you're saying?
Well, like, using a person for money, using a person for their own personal gain, trying to, I don't know if you guys seen these memes that are on Facebook or whatever about, the guy with and I don't know why these girls ain't picked up on this shit. You see the guy with the sports car or whatever, and then they're not close to the car, but they're like dressed bummy or something, and they trying to talk to the girl, and she's walking away and acting like she's not interested. All of a sudden, the guy pulls up to the car, and she's like, "Oh, that's your ride," and then all of a sudden, the script flips, and all of a sudden now she's good with him, right? So
I'm gonna say for me, I'm gonna say no, and the reason why I say no is because I pay attention to red flags from day one, from the time.
Okay.
So I always tell people I want to give you the benefit of the doubt. I don't walk into a new relationship with somebody holding baggage from the last one. I don't do that. So I'm gonna give
please don't.
doubt until you hang yourself. And I have a little prayer that I say in the beginning. And if you're not meant to be in my life, God will remove you.
Amen to that. Amen to that. Amen to that. So look. So I was about to be funny at first when you said you ain't never been in that situation. Because normally, and you know me, normally I was like, oh, okay, well you must be the one. But I ain't going there.
No, because I know how it feels to be cheated on. I know how that feels, so I wouldn't cheat on somebody because I know how it feels.
Yeah.
But as far as you sticking around to use me for money or because of the type of life I have now, you want to stick around, you're going to go to the best parties, and you're going to get to meet other celebrities.
So they want to say, they want to be there for the lifestyle, clout chasing. Yeah, I think that's what the young kids call these days, clout chasing. Is that right? We got one. I'm gonna get a chalkboard. Our intern is way younger than us, so when we say something that's good to social conscious that's going on, we check with her first, make sure we right. But anyway.
When you ask me, the first thing out of your mouth after you know my name, if the next thing out of your mouth after we introduce ourselves is, "Can I be on your show?" That tells me.
Yeah.
You trying to
get and how they gonna date you, but then gonna ask to be on your show? That's craziness.
So that's right there. Oh, you trying to get me on what I do?
Like,
if I may, conversation has changed over the years. Yeah. I mean, when you think of it, could have been. I could be dating, like, what's your sign? There's all these different things that that have been said when coaching and coming on to somebody, introducing yourself. So now, can I be on your show? There's so many ways now that you can detect. But people are getting clever. People are becoming more clever. You know what I mean? So
that's right.
It's interesting, but you have to. I think it's a vibe too. You can tell when the vibe is off. Mm-hmm. You really can tell when the vibe is off. So pay attention to the vibe, y'all. That's the red flag.
Well, and not just that, just different ways of being used, and it could be emotionally, it could be physically, it could be even somebody coming off the rebound, right? They're dating somebody, and then all of a sudden, when that relationship is over, we always tell people to agree their relationships, and that's from a counselor perspective. But you definitely want to agree that relationship before you get into another one. And like Monique said, you don't want to be bringing baggage into another relationship. So you said, at first. Right? I don't know. Did you go that much inflection? Oh, you said, You didn't go, Okay. What's up, Myra?
But yeah, having friends that are I call them so-called celebrity, that they're my friends. I've always been that. From brothers playing football to just dating different people. Yeah, that's happened.
You meet a lot of celebrities now.
Absolutely.
And
even when I was a sheriff department, it was even worse. Yeah. You know, because of who you know and what you know. And I had to learn very early to know whose people are worth your worth and knowing people who are not. It's the same in my friend that we got. Know what you're working with, but deal with the support.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it right there. That's it.
That is
That's
it.
it right there.
So how do you guys know if you're just being used, if you're just being played? So we talk about the red flags, right? So if she avoids any serious type of conversation, if she's not bringing you around other people or whatever, if you're not a topic of conversation about her, but y'all just met, but you know, she doesn't know anything about you. What's your birthday? I don't know. What's my birthday? I don't know. I mean,
it's just not reciprocal.
It's almost like the side chick and the side dude type of thing. Yeah. Where you're getting these benefits, but you're not getting the emotional need that you need. Yeah. So yeah, they're using you to go to the club, to get into the VIP, to go to the different places, all these things. But then when it's time for you, it could be simple as I'm not one of those people about the big things, because I think the big things come. It's the little things that show me. Like my last relationship was like I never had to worry about gas in my car. I never had to worry about my car being washed or serviced or my grass being cut or trash cans or anything like that. So if I call you and I've done all these things for you, and I call you and say, hey, I know you have a plumbing service. Can you come?
I need to take care of this.
Can you come fix?
Can you come fix my drain?
Well, no, really, no. I'm talking about seriously.
What are you talking about?
No. Okay, prime example of free.
Okay.
My pipe.
Well, nothing nobody can do.
Yeah. My pipe stuck it in the front, the back, and the sprinkler system. You have a plumbing service. Yeah. I call you, and you tell me let me get these other people. I understand you're making your money, but you make me wait a week and a half, and then you charge me.
What's the point?
Yeah.
Let me say this to what she just said. First of all,
hey, Monique, can you talk a little louder to the mic?
So first of all, for me, can you hear me?
Yeah, talk a little, get closer if you can.
Let me just get closer.
Yeah, Mama.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. So for me, if that would have happened to me and he had a plumbing service, I should have never had to call you and ask you to come check up on my house. I would have broke up with him as soon as that first pipe busted. When that first pipe bust, if we were together, you should have.
But hold on, but hold on, and I understand what you're saying, and I understand what you're saying. But y'all missed the point. We're talking about people using people, though.
Well, that wasn't using because you used.
So he was using you for. So hold on. So he would make another kind of call instead of making that kind of call.
Like I said before,
I would say this because of who I know. Yeah. It's just like, okay, I know KG. KG told you about me. That's kind of like that circle, right? So if I know them and I know Bar 5015 needs plumbing, or you gonna check with your peeps. Hey, they told me they had an issue. You go over there, and I'm gonna put you on because they understand that Holly said this guy is the one. Yep. Call him up. So if I'm helping you in your business and building up your business, why couldn't you come over and fix it? And then when you came, can you give me $150 for what? For what? Why you want $150? What you talking about?
And all the other business you set him up with.
I didn't send you business.
It cost you that much just for me to wait.
Wait a minute, I didn't send you business. I didn't got your baby helped him get a scholarship.
Well, hold on. We won't get nobody in trouble now.
Oh no,
Oh, okay.
Look, they know.
I'm be looking at every plumber.
Oh no, they know, but it's just like, when you do those type of things, it shows you who that type of person is.
People show you.
Yeah, and when they show you who you are, it's one of those things. First time, shame on you. Second time, shame on me. And so that has happened. And then something happened last weekend, and I won't go into specifics, but I'm at peace with it. Because once I said what I said, and I said, you know what, and all my friends are upset, but I'm not. I'm at peace with it. You know why? Because now I know. Because 1186 is growing. It's growing, and because we're a faith-based company, I have to protect it like a little baby, like a newborn. So I can't put it in your hands. So now you're upset because I got this stuff coming up, and you're not going to be a part of it. Oh no, sweetie, it's okay. I got somebody else.
Well, you know what? And there's also this too. And I'm going to say this for the people in the back. Get out of the way so the ones that are really in righteous can step forward and take your place.
Absolutely.
To the left.
And then I got a couple comments here. One, Dr. Ledette says, yes, the little things matter because it's thoughtful and from the heart. Sign the love, doctor. And then she was talking about you. She said, that's right, the plumber should have been a man and offered to take care of your plumbing. So definitely that. Right. And then the last part, which both of you guys were saying, now all three of you guys were saying actually, true action comes from the heart.
Absolutely.
Yeah. True action comes from the heart. And speaking of heart, is this person playing with your heart? Or do they, when you call them, do they take forever to call you back? Do they ghost you during the day and only be with you when it's dinner time? Hey, what we going to eat? I mean, come on, these are red flags you got to look for. Does something not feel right about the relationship?
I think too. Also, it's the terminology that's used too. When they talk to you, are they speaking to you in terms of? It's almost like, okay, it's not that time. It's got the handout, or there's an exchange. Things are spoken about in exchange. If you're talking about anything that's in exchange, that lets you know right there they're keeping track. They're keeping track. They're keeping score, and so you want to be really careful because that's not a matter of the heart. That's not giving from the heart. That's not a cheerful giver. So you want to be real careful. Definitely.
Hey guys, I have one more part to say on this, and men can use women as well. So I don't want to be the only guy on the panel here and stuff. And guys, sometimes I got to rip the Band-Aid off and talk about us for a second, but sometimes it goes the other way. I mean, I grew up with a lot of cats that don't think nothing about having a woman pay the bills and take care of him and pay his stuff, buy him clothes. Dude, you're a grown man. Get your stuff together. Exactly. That's the ultimate form of using. So if you're one of those guys and you complaining about the woman using you need to take a look in the mirror. You know what I mean?
That since working with being out, I've had several in Houston, and I'm just like, I'm not used to that. Like living in Atlanta and coming here, I'm like, what is? I know what it was. The guy said, hey, I could be your sugar baby, and I said, he wanted me to be a sugar mama. Something he said, and I said, what? He was like, I'm there, and I was like, I was speaking Spanish, Chinese, and everything else too, because I was like, that's not gonna work at all. I was like, no, but darling, no. I'm looking for 401k retirement, chilling. I'm trying to do the J-Lo. I want to sit down. No, that's not gonna work. No, I'm not finna.
You know what? We were just talking about J-Lo earlier, right? Because I just can't understand. How you go. I mean, the grave ain't even cold yet, and she's notorious for going from one guy to the next.
I think in that industry, it's so common. It's nothing is tangible. Yeah. Even now with this relationship, because everything is instant. I had to tell a gentleman, don't text me, call me.
What's that?
And I said because texting when you text someone. Like tonight, I had to tell one of my sponsors, I said, hold on, let me call you. I said, I think he got it under understanding when I was texting. And so he was like, oh, okay, now I understand. Yeah, because the emotion.
Well, let me put myself there. I know you're busy, so that's why I was texting you.
No. If I'm telling you, and you have I have a business line and I have my private line. If I give you the back line, you need to call me.
Not the back line.
If I give you the back line, you need to call me.
I'm Batman.
You need to call me. No, for real. You need to call me.
That's right. And I mean, and that's part of the age we're living in now. So many people say that where they will text, miss. I mean, come on, what chivalry is not there? Let's just get that straight right now. Step. If you're going to step. Don't tiptoe.
Step correctly.
Don't tiptoe. Don't skip. Step. And step off. And let them say, I mean, speak to the woman. Treat the woman like women. Because right now, honestly, that kind of thing, I think most women are getting that now, and we're tired. And we're also, we're about our Father's business, which is what we've been called to do. So therefore, it's like, if you're not coming with the same amount of purpose as next time, you might as well go, because this isn't going to work out anyway, so it's a waste of time.
Exactly.
So let's just call a thing a thing,
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that men need to really step up their game, especially if they're, if they want to take that shot, man. Jump in, head first, and let them know, and speak your piece, and stand up in it, and then let the woman decide and let it do what it's going to do. But that texting stuff is juvenile. I mean, we passed that.
Exactly. Hey, I know we enjoying the conversation here and all, but we got to take a pause for the pause. And we're coming back to our letter of the day, which is brought to us by A Unique Heart. If you guys are interested in
Unique Heart?
Taking care of your women, the ingredients here, I'm going to say the ingredients. So that's what it really is. The ingredients. I know that. That's why I said the ingredients. The ingredients in this makes up a unique heart for a person, because when Dr. Ludette created this box, she created it with the intentions of putting all these things together to, have women. Let me make sure I get it right. Yeah. That's why I make sure I got it right. Have women, know their worth.
Yeah.
Know who they are. And more importantly, know whose they are. So that's why I said ingredients.
And you know what? What's good about that? The fact that it came from you, because there's brothers that are watching this as well. Get your woman a box.
Yeah. And we got some of our listeners.
We talked about that reciprocal. She makes sure you're good. You take care of her. That has nothing to do with you. This is all about her.
That's right.
Show her that you're a real man.
So we get ready to go to commercial, and we will be right back.
Don't go in.
And now back to Love and Black with Tori and Terry.
Hey, so we were laughing here off break here, because there's a piece here that she brought along with the water, and it looks kind of funny, but I thought it was a nipple, like a bottle. Like a bottle, like a nipple on a bottle. But she was about to explain to us, what is this? And does it come with every package of water?
So this is the bottle.
That's the bottle?
This is how the bottle starts. This is our canister. We especially get our canisters made in Turkey. The company in Turkey makes it especially for us. We wanted a high quality product, and it starts from the bottle. So this is the canister. So when you spend if you go on 1186 page, you can click the highlights and you can see how the bottle is made. It takes 30 seconds to make the bottle, and it takes 2 minutes. What is it? I think it's 1 point something, but it's basically 2 minutes can make a whole pallet.
Really?
Wow. So it goes up a conveyor belt, and it goes down. It gets disinfected and blown out to make sure nothing's in it, and then the water goes in it.
I ain't gonna lie. I thought you connected it to the water.
So let me show you. So let me show you that this is the bottom.
The top.
That's the top.
Oh my God.
And it expands. Wow.
That's the problem.
Technology.
That's the problem.
Technology.
So you're getting premium packaging from the beginning. So this is specially made from Turkey, comes all the way from Turkey on a plane, and it comes to Sutherland, Alabama, and then it comes to your HEB store or Hollywood, send it to your whatever your business.
Wow. Wow. So, hey, before we left for break, we were talking about being either manipulated, used, or whatever I don't even know what they call it in relationships these days, or situationships. We have straight play. Okay. So and we have not one but two guests tonight. We have Monique White, and she's the host of Our Life TV show, and which is produced down in Huntsville. And then we also have Miss Holly Townsend with 1186 Water. Real artesian water. I'm trying to be funny. I was like,
ladies' night. Give it up to the ladies. And feel free to give them a shout out, you guys. Go ahead and say something. No, right? Watching online.
So, when we leave, Lo said, if a man or a woman accepts being used, check their motives. I think the key word here is accept being used. Wow.
That's real.
You should never be in a relationship if someone is mistreating you. You have to know them that labor amongst you. Good stuff.
The thing is, I just want to say this, I know we're going to the letter, but you know how many people out here would have arrangements?
Oh, yeah.
Arrangements.
Situationships.
Entanglement.
Yeah, entanglement. Exactly.
Entanglement.
We call them arrangements. But they have now. These new words, but that's exactly what it is. Entanglement. And then there's also, there are some that are business relations. Business relations. You know, there is an understanding. Now, that's not getting played. That's just having an understanding, coming to agreement between a man and a woman, or between two partners.
So let me get to the letter of the day. Will you finish reading?
If I wasn't, it's too late.
It's too late. Sorry. Disorientary. I keep dating these women that later I find out only want to be with me for what I can give them, not for the person I am. I am educated, successful, and got it all. But that's all the women that I'm attracted to look at me about. Why am I attracting these types of women, and how can I break this pattern? Once I am onto them, I am out. But I want to stop it before it starts. Can you help a brother out? Dude, first of all, you don't have to let them know you're educated. You don't have to let them know you're successful and you got it all, because when you do that, you open up the door for that type of activity. So even if she wasn't that type, now you're putting it out there that you are, you want to show her everything you got. So human nature, she probably will just take advantage of that. And as you guys know me, I always take it to scripture. And my scripture comes from Proverbs 10:9. Whoever walks in integrity walks securely, but he who makes his ways crooked will be found out. So in other words, hey, if you playing my brother, you're going to find it out. And like he said, he's going to be out. What you guys got on that? Anybody?
I'll say two things. It depends on where that gentleman is going to find these ladies, because if you're going to an environment where that's what they're looking for, then that's your fault. But if for me, if God blessed me with something like a platter like that, I'm going to take that platter and make sure that it's going to be lasting and not a sandwich. Because I'm at the point in my life, that's what I'm looking for, and that's what I need. I need somebody equally yoked. I don't need anybody that's trying to. I'm too old to teach you sugar. I need you to come. I have a thing that I call. It's called. People ask me how old I am. I said, you don't ask a southern lady how old you are. I said, I'm not marinating. I'm not sauteing. I'm ready for the pot. All I need is some mashed potatoes and green beans. Okay, I'm ready.
I guess she told you.
I know, right? Monique, what you got about that? What you got to say about that?
So I will agree with her on where you looking for them at, which that ain't one of the highest things on my list. I mean, because you're not the type of person, you can meet somebody anywhere. It's what's in their heart to me. But also when you meet somebody, I don't care how old they are, you really need to look at their maturity level.
Yeah.
55-year-olds that act like they're 20. So you really need to look at their maturity level starting off. You know, before you try to enter in a relationship with them and tell them everything you got. When you telling them everything you got, if that's what you want to do, you need to see what they have too.
And Monique, that's what I was saying. You know, he just come out the box he's telling us what he got, right? So
And
you need to stick with what's germane to your issue. What's your problem?
He's leading with that.
You're leading with it, and that's what I was saying. Like my wife just said, he's leading with it, and now he wonders why am I attracting this? Because you put it out there.
That's his bait. That's his bait.
DMX said.
So he also might need to look at himself.
Yeah, exactly.
With that as well, because if you feel you need to go out and after you say your name, you need to say everything you have to somebody, then you have self-esteem issues going on.
He's definitely, exactly.
Say your name and hold a conversation with that person.
He needs self-care.
He needs a love in a box.
He needs a love in a box for men. So, hey,
if I may, let me just say something here. This man said, and let's break it down. That's what I do with people. I'm educated. Yep. I'm successful. I got it all. Whatever all is. He said I got it all, which could be toys or whatever, right? We're not talking about the spirit of a man. Okay? We have the gift of the spirit. We don't know about it.
And this is the thing. Also, you have men today that tell you they have it all and they don't have 2 quarters to rub together.
Right. It's about the surface.
But my point is, as far as being educated, well, that's the discussion, because it's like if you were educated, you wouldn't be making these same decisions over. I mean,
right. Well, education don't have anything to do with common sense.
No, this is true. This is true. But my point is, it's like to be educated to a certain degree, you have to be a thinker. So it's like, why? Think on and meditate on the fact that you're asking us why is this happening to you. You know, you're there. Yeah. You're in the world, and you're the common denominator. Why is it happening to you? So with that being said, my brother, and if you are listening right now, I just want to say to you, please be still. Just be still and get to know thyself. You know, I mean, really, because the things that you're speaking of here, I mean, your education is your education. Okay, success, that is, I mean, people determine what is considered success. And then when it comes to God at all, you want to be so good with you that you can be stripped of everything and come back with one 15 minutes later because you're good with you. So that's what you want to concentrate on. I'm telling you, when you get to that place, everything else will fall into line, including the right woman, the right partner, the right woman for you that God has handpicked for you, because now you're ready as a king, as the Lord of your home, as a leader, to even go on and rebuild if it came to that.
Exactly.
Because that's where it comes from. That's what's sustainable, and it starts with you first.
Exactly.
So meditate on that and get into that and see how that goes. That's my advice.
Let me. I got quite a few comments here. Let's start out with the first one. Magnetic vortex renaissance. Is that resonance? Resonance. Sorry. Remember, men, most women don't care about your struggles. They just hang out at the finish and take the kids, the pension, and the home. Wow. That is horrible. A Unique Heart says, there you go. Even though he is educated and etc., that doesn't define him. That's what you said, right? He's giving off the wrong vibe. He sounds like he needs some healing from something on the inside because he keeps attracting the wrong women. And then Magnetic says again that for a large percentage of women, marriage is like landing a dream job. Then a couple years later, demanding half ownership in the business that hires you. Family law overwhelmingly favors women. And then it said, I would not advise young men to marry nowadays. But you know what? Let me address that. Everybody that's a woman isn't meant to be a wife, right? And even some wives aren't meant to be wives.
And some men ain't meant to be husbands.
Some men ain't men. Okay. Some men are meant to be husbands as well. No, right? But anyway, you know, and I say that because of what Monique said earlier. It's about the maturity level. If you haven't reached that level of maturation where you're in this relationship, you know, because you want to be in a relationship, we all have choices, and it gets me when there's cases of infidelity out here because you have a choice to be with the person you're with. but you're choosing to be with someone else. So the thing is that when you do this, when you do this, I mean, now your level of maturity sinks back down. So again, I wouldn't say that all that not to advise young men not to marry nowadays. What I am saying is you need to make sure that you're in it for the right reasons, and both of you are coming in whole. Yes.
What do I always say? Make sure.
Make sure you're sure.
That's what I say.
Make sure you're sure.
I'm just coming back. So what did I miss? Because I was gone.
Now we were reading some of the comments here, but we had already read the letter. Exactly, and
you got anything?
Yeah.
My thing is that I have a saying, two sayings. I've been sparkly since I was born.
Sparkly?
Yes, because my name is on a hill in California.
Oh.
So I don't need affirmation from you or others. And then another thing that I always say is a Patsy Cline song, and it says, "Got along without you before I met you. Don't get along without you when you don't." And when I
sound like I could do that all by myself.
Well, it's just my thing is that the three things that he said: I'm educated, I got it all, I'm successful. If you need those three things in your platform to validate, then you're going to get those type of women. You're going to get those people that are leeching. Having a brother in the NFL, I saw everything. I saw the girl that came to the front door, the back door, the window, and the woman that hurt. So I got to see all those type of things, and sometimes, they would outright just tell them stuff, and then you get those type of women, and the women that they were trying to have relationships with, they didn't even know until later because they wanted that. It's certain things you don't do. Even with me, one of the girls, always getting mad because I didn't like to take pictures for 1186. I said the reason being is I don't want everybody to know who I am. I said I don't need that validation.
I look long and hard for pictures of you because I
don't really have pictures. I tell if you need a picture, I'll send it to you, but it's not about me. It's about the brand. And I don't need the water. I don't need the frames of the water. The water itself speaks for itself.
Sales 101 though.
Yeah.
People aren't really buying the product or the service; they're buying you. So you're selling. They built that rapport with you. These are intangible or inanimate objects.
Right.
So there's nothing. This can fix my first word.
Yeah, I know what I mean, but my thing is like, I don't want anybody saying that, this is this or whatever. No, I don't need that because the people that need to know who I am, they know. They know.
Gotcha. Let me address some of these again. McNally said a recent Brookings Institute poll shows women initiate 84% of divorce. Let that sink in. I know you're an attorney. What type of attorney?
Hold up over here. Hold up.
What?
Now, they said that women initiate?
Yes.
You think they don't? I mean, look at the...
No. She said let that sink in. She knows it.
Oh, no, right. Okay, I was going to say, and that's why...
That's what a recent Brookings Institute.
And you know what? And high five to you over there, because you know what? That should be a message. Because this guy is so worried about somebody wanting what he got. It's like, are you that guy? Concentrate on being that guy.
Exactly.
That somebody wants to spend there forever with. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you ain't got it all. Because you want a woman.
Good point.
But this is the thing. With everything you're mentioning here, and that's what I was wondering if you were going to say it, I was ready to just be right there with you, but you went on what you're saying. I agree with that also. You got, I'm educated, I'm successful, I got it all. You don't make room for her.
Right.
You're not making any room for her. And so, you
have to maintain, if you got to do that, now you have to maintain.
Check it out. This is a real game right here. He's lonely. With all of that, he's lonely and he's not satisfied. You are using these things, brother, because you're insecure. And so you're leading with these things instead of leading with your heart. When you put that down and let those things be just what they are and only what they are, and just lead with you, you'll have them coming out of your ears, and you'll have good women to choose from. Good stuff. And some of them, one of them might be your woman, and some of them may be good friends. So don't count anybody out, because you never ever know. But take a look at yourself as the man in the mirror first. Start there.
So hold on. So we don't want. So the guy wrote the letter. So we don't want to turn it against them,
No,
right?
I'm not turning
So,
against them.
and I'm not taking. I mean, again, I'm totally unbiased here. You know,
You contact this for a reason.
Unique Heart says he lacks confidence in himself or who he is without the degree in itself. So
And I
my
mean,
thing is,
it's not we turning against him. It's the fact when you send in a letter like that and you want advice, you need to be open to taking that advice, and you also need to look at yourself.
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So actually, I was trying to segue into my next question. Actually, my next comment by saying that. But anyway, what I wanted to say is let's look at some of these red flags. And again, we're not just talking about the man who wrote the letter here. We're talking. This could be from a woman's perspective, getting used, or a man's perspective. So first of all, if you have to pay every time you guys go out, and that person, man or woman, they have to have their way all the time. Yeah, I think that there's a certain percentage there that you're being used. Yeah. So take a look at that. When she avoids those serious talks, like I was saying earlier, when she doesn't want to bring up the future, when she doesn't, she'll bring it up because, hey, where are we moving to next, or where we going on vacation, or Chanel got these new books I want, whatever, So if she's not having the types of conversations that you need to have, that to know that, hey, this person is serious about me, and this relationship is going somewhere, you need to start reevaluating that relationship.
Reciprocal. Hashtag
exactly.
Reciprocal.
And my big thing is, what's your why? If this other person, if you're in a relationship and you can't tell us what's your why, why you want to be with me, or why do I want to be with you? If there's no why other than, because I love him or I love me for her, that's not a reason. What's your why? Why do you love this person? Why do you want to be with this person? Do you want, and sometimes, hey, be straight up. I want to be with him because he got this bad ride. Tell it like it is and save some time. I'm just saying. Be transparent.
But I mean, come on, we're adults here. Like, bad rides come and go. Come and go.
Hold on. We can already discuss that. It don't matter about the adult or age or anything like that.
No, but I'm talking about as far as a certain maturation.
There's so many people that are materialistic.
Well, then it's not even just the ride.
But I just threw the ride in.
Yeah, that's just a mess. So just pass on that. There's way more to it than a ride. They might have just a ride only.
Niggas say he needs to receive these comments in love. It's tough love. Sometimes we need that reality check to get a revelation or that aha moment. And that's what Monique and I was saying,
Exactly.
You gotta have it.
Yeah. And you have to hear it from somebody that doesn't even know you, that has no skin in the game. It's just calling a thing and saying,
yeah. And hey, Rizzo, I agree, brother. He said you don't tell a woman in the beginning about your financial status or how successful you are. Believe me, a smart woman will figure it out.
Yeah, right.
Good point.
I mean, but there's no fine line. I mean, allow it to do what it's going to do and develop into what it's going to be. You want it to be organic, because that's the only thing that's going to be sustainable.
Exactly. And then you got to also watch out for, if that person's still with the other, the former girlfriend or boyfriend, and they just stringing you along. You got to watch out for that. When they always talking about, such and such keep coming by here or keep calling. But there's a reason that person is coming by or calling, because you keep that door open.
But you know what? That's really good, because that's what I was kind of talking about before when I said listen. Mm-hmm. He's so busy selling himself. You're not listening to see if there's some deal breakers in there for you.
Exactly.
It's like, listen, so you can get all the information you need to make a real value decision. That's why I said, be sure you're sure. But you got to listen to be sure. First time. Exactly. So you be sure you're sure. So you want to listen so that you can make a real good decision if this is for you. When you say, why do I keep making the same decision? Because you're not stopping and listening. Just keep still.
Exactly. And then you went on to say, you talk about how can he break this cycle, right? First thing, dude, you got to set up some boundaries for yourself. Okay? You can't keep, what are your deal breakers? Exactly. What's your non-negotiable? what do you stand for? What do you want out of this relationship? You have to, if you're with somebody and we as the men, it's incumbent upon us to, we pay for everything or whatever, but at least reach for the check or something, and go, I got it, baby, I got it, but at least, don't come with the alligator on talking about I will get the check, but I can't reach it, but you know me, man. But serious though, set your boundaries in your relationship. Know when to cut things off. Know these red flags. Know how to recognize these things. I would say, I think people need to keep some things to themselves. Every person you meet doesn't need to know what you have. Get to know a person. Get out of my notes, Dr. Iris. Get to know a person. Get to know their spirits and their hearts. And remember, you meet the representative first. And we tell people that all the time.
That part right
there.
That
part. When they say that part, like
all
this.
The time.
Like
right
this.
There,
Yep.
Oh, since they stop flying with pigeons and surround
No, you say leave the chickens alone. Don't mess with the chickens and fly with the eagles.
Yeah. Right. But it's a sad thing about that. We meet representatives first and foremost, but some of these people today, and that's men and women, they don't know how to let their representatives go and be themselves.
Yeah. So here's how that first date, here's how that first couple dates should go. That first date should go. You understand that you're meeting a representative. So y'all have y'all little representative meeting, y'all have dinner or whatever. Then both of y'all go to the bathroom, come back to the table and reintroduce yourselves. And reintroduce yourselves as that transparent person. All right, hey, you met my representative. How was he? Or how was she? I
don't go to any date as with my representative. I go as myself.
Because you're a mature woman. But a lot of people they do that. They have to have the mask to hide behind. Unfortunately, you know what? You wouldn't be in business as a talk show host. We wouldn't be in business as counselors. I mean, there's a lot of things that wouldn't be if people were transparent and open and honest and things. So you wouldn't have a need for people like us.
No, because that's what the show is about. Taking your mask off, being transparent, and getting to know who you really are. That's what the show is about.
That's right. Also, I have get to know them first, right? Get to know them before you start losing your mind, losing your money in your bank account, spend up all your gas, or whatever. Get to know them. Find out what their lives are about. You don't have to, like Dr. Badette said, you don't have to throw everything out there at once. Let them find out things gradually. I think last week's letter, the lady was like, she was dating, but she wanted to be vulnerable.
Yeah, I was just going to say, don't lead all over the person.
Exactly.
And then men are so quick to call women thirsty. You got thirsty men too. It's like just relax.
Yeah. The layers of the onion will come off sooner or later. You got a little onion on? I can't hear you.
Can I add something to that?
Please.
Listen. We don't listen to one another. Pay attention to what that man is saying to you. Pay attention to what that woman is saying to you.
Exactly. Listen.
Because if it's not true and they're not a good liar, they're not going to be able to give
you that come out
5 minutes later. Pay attention and listen to what they're telling you, even about themselves. Pay attention.
Exactly.
And read between the lines of the things they're not saying by what they're saying. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because if he's coming to you talking about, I got this, I got it all, you need to be able to read through the discernment to see, okay, so what is
why is he telling me this?
Yeah, what's the back to it?
Exactly.
That's what it is.
Exactly.
And pray on it too, because God will definitely show you. You say, please reveal. Please reveal.
Exactly.
And cute little story. Living in Atlanta, that really wakes you up because everybody's a producer. But are you a producer, or are you staying in your mama basement? So I mean,
hey, some people might just be trying to come up. So
no, you can come. I live with home. But if you, this is your car. One day you're in an Audi, the other day you're in a BMW. Like, what's going on? You know, they let you know, I'd rather ride around in my little '07 hoopty with a dent in it and be real with you. And then you're like, oh, you have this home, you have this. Yeah, I paid my home off. I'm doing things the right way. I don't need that for you to like me. You should like me for who I am.
Don't need the validation, in other words. The last thing I got to say, dude, again, we tell everybody this all the time. Get counseling for yourself, all right? Because you're making these same, we'll call them mistakes, because that's basically what you're doing. Get counseling for yourself. Get some self-care. Get to know yourself a little bit more. And then you won't have to ask us, what are we going through? I mean, why am I going through this? Because you'll know yourself. You'll know, hey, let me take this off the table and see what they have to offer. Whether that's intellectually wise or even financially. Hey, do you want to share in the bill? Do you want to share in this? I mean, see where they are first before you start giving yourself all in.
I have old-fashioned advice, very simple. Do not judge a book by its cover. And you yourself, an example of it. I'm talking about. You're an example of that. No, but honestly, you want to make sure that you're not judging a book by its cover, because my guess is you have probably met some really nice women. You didn't give them a chance today because you are. I mean, that whole, Beamers and Mercedes and stuff. A lot of times, you guys, more money, more problems. You never know what somebody's story is. So please do not look at someone and judge them by their cover. You never know.
Yep. Somebody may be just like you. They might want that high standard of living.
Do your work, bro.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Do your work, and you'll have more than enough of everything else that you do.
Exactly.
Absolutely. I believe 110%.
Cool. Monique, you got to close an argument? Nope.
Not at all.
I do want to give the IG poll right quick.
Okay, so we're going to finish up the IG poll.
So the IG poll, we gave you the Facebook poll earlier, and that was, do women use relationships for gain? Yes, 55%. No, 47%. And IG said it is 50%. Oh, so the question was different for IG, and it was, have you ever been used in a relationship and have a brother? You can't really say we have a brother with some heart. And it said 50% yes, 50% no. So, how many brothers alive? Raise your hand.
I didn't know.
I didn't know. Sabrina, you got anything to add?
No.
No, you sure?
Yeah.
All right. So, listen, guys, if you find yourself asking, is this woman I'm seeing playing with my emotions? What Smokey say? Playing my emotions, Smokey, remember that? Big word. Playing my emotions, Smokey. The answer is typically yes. When we start to give our emotions to the wrong person, it's because we're not doing the work. We're not putting in what's required of us. So, guys, before you ask yourself, is she playing me? Look for the red flags. Look at these things that are going on in your life and see what you can do a little bit better. Guys, we thank you guys for tuning in tonight. We love you guys. We love the comments. And again, if you guys want to be a guest on the show, if you're interested in advertising or sponsoring, and you guys know we have a TV show, we have a radio show, we have Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Music, and then that other surprise we hadn't mentioned to you guys that's coming up. I know, I wanted to tease, right? But anyway, we have quite a few things going on. But anyway, send us an email to loveandblack1@gmail.com, and we will attempt to satisfy all your needs as it pertains to this. Anyway, we love you guys. We'll see you guys Friday night, where we will have Dr. Benita Lizette. We're interviewing her, talking love. Actually, the title of that show is The Love Doctor Meets the Counselors.
We love you guys, and we'll see you on Friday. Be good to one another. It's Father's Day weekend, y'all.
And Juneteenth.
People find a good father.
And Sabrina's birthday.
Yes, there's a lot going on. We love you all. Make love, not war. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye. Same black time, same black channel next week. And Gospel Radio Nation, we thank you guys